Mr. 837,
Yes, sir.
how do you stay true to yourself when faced with pressure to conform to norms or expectations?
It's tough because everybody now has a say to how you should live your life, and it's not easy, and that's just one thing I've come to understand and learn, especially when you choose the life of being in the limelight or in the public. It's like everybody has a say on what you should do and what you should not do. So it's a crazy world we're living in, and being your authentic self is getting harder day by day. So the first thing is listen to your inner voice. It knows the way. Learn to trust yourself. Learn to trust yourself and whatever that God has placed on your heart. That thing they say, gut feeling. It's very important to also have that. To listen to that, because it's like everybody wants you to live whatever that themselves want to project on you. So being in a space where you say, I know who I am, and I know the type of person that I would want to become. I think I talk about this with D. I'm like, if you don't know your identity, right, anybody can give you a name. So it's very important to know who you are, because everywhere you go, if they give you are this, you're that, you're this, you're that, you grow up and later realizing that it didn't matter, like all these things that people are projecting on you, like they just never made sense. It was the insecurities being projected on you. So learn to listen to your inner voice, because it knows who you truly are. The other part is be official in a world full of copies, just like the podcast. Authenticity. Be official. Be you, because in a world where everybody is trying to be like, oh, I want to be like this, I want to be like that. It's okay to be inspired. It's okay to be motivated. But it's a different case when you start following or doing exactly what the other person is doing, because you end up missing what your purpose is. You end up missing what God has injected into your life. So it's very important to be your own original self, to be official, because everyone else is taken. So the other point is your uniqueness is your strength. Never trade it for approval. I feel like each and every person has this unique thing to them, There was a time when I could not be in a space where I loved myself, or loved the tone of my voice, or loved how I walk, how I look. I had this self-sabotage where I would sabotage myself, and I wouldn't just be in a space where I accept myself. I always wanted to be like, I like how that person looks, and how I wish I would be like them. Not knowing that what I was given by God is very unique. There's a guy who, I think there's a rapper on TikTok called Gifted Hands. He's disabled, right? He doesn't have hands. But the things that he's able to do, it's like, jeez. And he like he's at a point where you could tell like he's not left himself and just like neglected himself. Because I feel sometimes we keep on blaming people, blaming God, blaming whoever about the way things have turned out. Like, why do I speak like this? Why do I do this? I remember the story of Moses. He was stuttering, right? He couldn't speak very well. And yet he questioned God like, listen, the way I speak, these people won't be able to understand, and they won't be able to. So it was that self-sabotage where you feel like what I have can't be, be received, or I can't be accepted, But if you look at the story of Moses, he turned out to be somebody who, still in the Bible, people still talk about him, So accepting the things that you have and just working according to what you have, because we have 1 billion people, yet our fingerprints are different. That tells you how beautiful and super, like how super God works, man. So embrace your uniqueness. The other point is don't dim your light to fit into someone else's shadow.